The old mansion stood on the outskirts of town, a decaying relic of the past. Its windows were broken, and the once grand facade was now obscured by layers of ivy. Few dared to venture near it, for the stories that surrounded the place were whispered in hushed tones, tales of horror and the supernatural. But the allure of the unknown was too strong for a young woman named Emily. Emily was a writer, always in search of new inspiration. The dilapidated mansion called to her, beckoning her to unravel its mysteries. She was drawn to its decaying beauty, and she believed that within its walls lay the answers to her creative drought. On a chilly autumn morning, Emily set foot inside the mansion, her heart pounding with excitement and trepidation. The interior was even more haunting than the exterior. Cobwebs clung to every surface, and the air was thick with dust. But it was the silence that unsettled her the most. Not a single sound could be heard, not even the whisper of wind. As she explored the mansion, Emily stumbled upon a hidden door in the basement. It creaked open, revealing a narrow staircase that descended into darkness. Intrigued, she took a deep breath and ventured down into the depths below. The underground chamber was illuminated by a single, flickering light bulb. In the center of the room, she found a dusty desk covered in yellowed papers. The papers were filled with the ramblings of a previous occupant, a man who had succumbed to madness. Emily's curiosity got the better of her, and she began to read. The man's words spoke of an ancient curse that had befallen the mansion, a curse that whispered through the shadows, driving its victims to madness and despair. It was said that those who heard the whispers would be forever haunted, their lives consumed by darkness. Fear gripped Emily as she realized the implications of what she had stumbled upon. Was it mere fiction, the delusions of a deranged mind? Or was there something more sinister at play? Days turned into weeks, and Emily became obsessed with the curse. She delved deep into research, scouring the town's archives for any mention of the mansion's dark past. The more she discovered, the more she realized that the curse was not confined to the pages of a madman's diary. The mansion had a history of tragedy and despair, with countless souls lost to its malevolent whispers. As Emily dug deeper, she began to experience strange occurrences. Shadows danced at the corners of her vision, and whispers echoed through the halls of her own home. Sleep eluded her, and when she did manage to close her eyes, nightmares plagued her dreams. Haunted and on the brink of madness, Emily knew she had to find a way to break the curse. She sought the help of an eccentric occultist who claimed to have knowledge of ancient rituals. Together, they performed a ceremony, hoping to sever the ties that bound the curse to the mansion, but their efforts were in vain. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, as if mocking their feeble attempts to escape. Desperation consumed Emily as she realized that the curse was not confined to the mansion. It had become a part of her, woven into the very fabric of her being. In the final act of her quest for redemption, Emily returned to the mansion one last time. She stood in the dilapidated ballroom, the moonlight casting eerie shadows on the decaying walls. With a heavy heart and a sense of urgency, she whispered her final words, a plea for release from the darkness that had consumed her. As her words echoed through the desolate room, a surge of energy crackled in the air. The atmosphere grew heavy with anticipation. Suddenly, the spirits of the mansion's past victims materialized around Emily, their anguished faces etched with suffering. Among them, she recognized the face of the occultist she had sought help from, a fellow soul trapped in the curse's clutches. Realizing that their shared experiences and determination had brought them together, Emily reached out to the occultist. They joined hands, forming a bond of resilience and unity against the malevolent forces that plagued them. Together, they chanted ancient incantations, their voices rising above the whispers that filled the room. As their ritual reached its crescendo, a blinding light burst forth, illuminating the entire mansion. The shadows recoiled, shrieking in protest. With each passing moment, the light grew stronger, forcing the darkness to retreat. The curse's grip on Emily and the occultist weakened, gradually losing its power. In a final surge of energy, the light engulfed the mansion, purging it of the curse's presence. The walls crumbled, revealing rays of sunlight streaming in from the outside. Emily and the occultist, now free from the curse's influence, emerged from the decaying ruins hand in hand, their faces lit with relief and triumph.